When you're thinking about what to pack for your cruise, do you ever worry about the little things that can make or break your trip? Packing for a cruise can be overwhelming, and sometimes for me, it takes away from the excitement of the planning if I'm just stressing out about my list. With so many things to consider, it's easy to forget the essential stuff. Today, we've compiled a comprehensive list of the top 50 cruise essentials that will transform your cruise experience and ensure that you are prepared for just about anything. We're going to break this list down into luggage and bags, cruise gear, stateroom essentials, toiletries, clothing, and beach and pool essentials. And we're going to link everything on the list in the description and pin to the top of the comments of this video. And we're going to show you lots of photos and videos so you can get an idea for how you can use this stuff and get the most out of these cruise essentials. We're going to link to some packing lists and resources there too, because we've got all kinds of them to make things easier for you. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or a first-time adventurer, this video is going to help you pack the items you really need. But do not worry. You do not need to pack all 50 of these things. Every cruise is different, so pick and choose what works for you. Okay, friends, let's get to the list. We're going to start with the things you need to start with, which is luggage and bags. The first item that you need to take into consideration is luggage. What size of luggage do you need? Do you need a small carry-on only and a personal item? Do you want a mid-size rolling luggage? Do you need giant luggage? Take into consideration your airline's limitations more than the cruise ship, because cruise lines allow you to pack an unlimited amount of bags. So really, it's your airline that you're taking into consideration here, not the cruise company. They're not going to turn you away for having too many suitcases, too big of a suitcase. Number two, you're going to want to consider a flight bag or a personal item bag, something small that you can use on your flight to take care of those necessary items when you are in transit. You're also going to want to take into consideration a small purse, whether it's like a sling bag or a wallet, something small that you can use on your flight. You can use it on the cruise ship when you're cruising around, going to get coffee, put your room card in there, just basic stuff like that. And then maybe even on shore excursions. If you are super organized, you're going to want to consider getting some packing cubes. Packing cubes are an awesome way to stay organized, and there's several different types of them. There's compression packing cubes, there's regular packing cubes, there are slim packing cubes, and there's even some budget packing cubes that come with really cool add-ons like free toiletry bags. We're going to link to all of those. You're also going to want to consider something like a small day bag or a backpack. This is going to be awesome for your shore days, and it might even double as your flight personal item. Backpacks are also an awesome way to pop some color into your cruise wardrobe. We know people in our community who buy really bright ones for their kids and their families so they can always spot them. So take that into consideration. If you want to spot your people, buy them a neon green or a bright red backpack. I also love to pack a toiletry bag, or for guys, a dop bag. Toiletry bags are a great place to store all of those things you're going to be packing: shampoos, conditioners, toothbrushes, all that stuff that we'll talk about later. Next up, this one's totally optional, but a passport holder can be an excellent thing to take along with you to put your passport and your boarding documents into. Again, totally optional, but kind of a fun thing to have and to be able to whip out of your personal item bag when you get to the airport and when you also get to that cruise boarding day. Luggage tag holders are also a fantastic thing to take on a cruise. Weatherproof luggage tag holders specifically are really great. They actually keep all of the water and moisture off of your cruise luggage tags, and they're very easy to affix to your luggage. Now let's move to our next category, which is cruise gear. This is a really fun topic for me. I could talk about it all day. Let's start with packing something like a camera. For a lot of us, you do not need a camera because you have this. You have your cell phone, and that is fantastic. My cell phone is what I take most of my videos and photos with, and I'm really super happy with it. But if you want to, you could consider taking a camera. We also like to take a GoPro, which is an action camera for those beach days and action days and, fun stuff where you're out and you need a rugged camera that can withstand stuff. Don't forget to pack those chargers. Chargers come in all shapes and sizes for your cameras, your phone. You might need a variety of different types of chargers. I'm going to link to my favorites, but one of my favorites is these types with the built-in cables, so that in case you forget your cables, you are good to go. Don't forget extra memory. Also, if you are packing a camera, memory cards can be very expensive on a cruise. And if you're not packing a charger with built-in cables, be sure that you take some charging cables. You may also want to pack a USB charging hub. Have you guys ever seen one of these? If you are a cruiser who uses one of these, drop me a comment and put USB hub club with a hands up or a thumbs up in the comments. I want to know if it's just me that loves these or if it's everybody else, but I think USB charging hubs are amazing. And guess what the good news is, you guys? These don't tend to get confiscated. However, these old school power strips that we used to recommend on a cruise, don't pack them, especially if you're going on Royal Caribbean. They will take this from you and you will end up in the naughty room retrieving it. Instead, you want to just pack the handy USB charging hub. Okay, our last cruise gear item is a pair of binoculars, but I really don't think you need a pair of binoculars for every cruise. I think that they are right for places like Alaska, where you're going to be doing some scenic cruising and there's lots to be seen, maybe Norway, Northern Europe, or anywhere where you just think you might want to get a closer view. Now, let's move on to our Stateroom Essentials. Now, I already mentioned that USB hub earlier because kind of it's cruise gear, but it's also going to be an essential for your stateroom because you're going to plug that thing in right on your vanity or the side of the bed and it's going to come in really handy. The next item you might want to consider is a travel or pop-up hamper. These are a great way to get that dirty laundry off of the floor and into a contained area. You might find that you have enough closet space for this. I also really love to take magnetic clips or magnetic hooks on a cruise. These allow you, because the walls are metal, to get things off of your counters and up onto the walls of a cruise ship. We'll link to one of our favorite cabin cruise hack videos so you can see these in action, but I think they're really cool. You might also want to consider packing some clothespins, or maybe just one or two of these. You don't need many for your next cruise. Clothespins are awesome for securing your cruise cabin drapes when it gets really bright outside and you're trying to sleep. They're also great for hanging laundry. These little guys, these new ones that I have, even have hooks on them. So you could technically use the back of your cruise bathroom, like it has a little hook, put this on there and get some extra hanging space out of those. Our next category, moving on from those stateroom essentials, we're now going to talk for a little while about toiletries and medications. And these are really critical, but they're also very personal. So the first thing you want to remember to pack are your personal medications, whether they are prescription or over-the-counter. You want to make sure that you have an extra supply of those prescription medications, ideally at least an extra week of prescription medications in the event of a trip delay. When it comes down to over-the-counter medications, you want to think about any kind of ailment you could end up with. A headache, a backache, a cold, indigestion, diarrhea. Sorry, I know, TMI. But pack a little pill case full of a variety of different things that you might need. We have one that's awesome that has these little stickers on it that are just game changers. While you're packing those medications, grab yourself a little first aid kit. You might want to just put together a little first aid kit with some basics in it, like Band-Aids, antibiotic ointment, maybe some little sutures, like those little butterfly closures can be a very, very good thing. But Band-Aids are the most critical, not just for if you get a cut or a scrape, but if you end up with blisters on your feet. Next, I love packing hand sanitizing wipes for when I cannot get to a sink. These are great. I'm going to link to a couple of these, but I'm also going to link to this crazy cool new product that we just got that is like these soap sheets that you can take into a restroom where there's no soap, and they're teeny tiny, paper thin, and I just love them. Of course, don't forget your shampoo and conditioner and your hair products of choice. Travel sizes are great. The cruise line does not care if you bring full-size bottles, though, so you're going to want to think about that. If you have a big family with you, feel free to pack full sizes if you can check them in your luggage or if you're driving to port. Also remember those skincare products, moisturizers, lotions, things for face and body that you would need at home. If you're traveling to a particularly dry destination, for example, Alaska, your skin might get extra dry. You might want to take some body lotion with you or some body oil as well. You'll also want to take your makeup. There's some great makeup bags available on Amazon, and consider taking a travel makeup mirror. This little compact travel makeup mirror is amazing. It has a light, it has 10x magnification, and it even has a dimmer, and it's teeny tiny and folds right down. I love these travel size hacks. I think they're great. You also want to remember to pack chapstick to protect your lips. Pack that sunscreen for those beach days. Even at places like Alaska, you can get very bright sun, so remember your sunscreen. Also, don't forget all of your eyewear supplies. That might mean glass cleaner, contact lens solutions. It might even mean a case for your glasses. There's some really cool cases that are double-sided on Amazon, where you can put your sunglasses on one side and your readers on the other. Don't forget your teeth, floss, toothbrush, toothpaste, also a good thing. Curling irons, flat irons, absolutely fine. In the United States and North America, you are allowed to take curling irons and flat irons, so feel free to pack them. What you may not want to pack, though, is a blow dryer. This is going to be optional for you. Cruise ships do provide blow dryers, but not all of them are powerful enough for that long, thick hair, so use your best judgment, and if you need to, pack your own hair dryer. Also remember those shaving products like shaving cream, razors, important to take with you. Also think about your hair. Brushes, combs, hair accessories like elastic bands, bobby pins, all that stuff. Of course, deodorant is a good thing to pack because your preferred brand probably is not going to be available on the cruise ship. Also think about nail products. I like to pack tweezers, a nail file, and some nail clippers on every cruise because lo and behold, you'll get kind of a snagged nail and you'll need to fix it up. It's a good thing to do. Cotton balls and cotton swabs are also great. One thing people often forget are feminine care and personal care products. These are personal to you, so use your best judgment, but something to consider. Okay, now we're going to move into clothing. Clothing is a fun category to talk about, but we could spend hours on this, and we have lots and lots of pack with me style videos where we show you Alaska outfits, we show you Caribbean cruise outfits. In fact, this thing I'm wearing right now is actually a Caribbean swim cover-up, and I'll link to that. I've got a lot of clothing idea lists on Amazon that I'm going to show you, but here's the first category of clothing you need to think about. First category is travel wear to get you to your destination. What are you going to wear in the car on the way to the cruise ship? What are you going to wear on the airplane? And always remember to wear your most bulky shoes on the plane and not in your suitcase if you're trying to pack light. Number 2, always remember your swimwear and your beachwear. Then you're going to want to take into consideration things you're going to wear on sea days. What are you going to wear when you're kind of lounging around the ship on those sea days? Next, what are you going to wear in your ports? Check the weather a couple of weeks in advance of your cruise and see what you think you're going to need. Are you going to need resort wear? Are you going to need jeans? Should you throw in a pair of shorts? Do you need sweaters, jackets, things like that? Then, of course, dinner wear and evening wear, including formal wear. Most people for a cruise will pack formal wear or dressy outfits for 2 evenings and semi-casual clothing for the other 5 on a 7-night cruise. Now let's talk about shoes for a moment. In general, if I had to give you a list of the types of shoes that you would need to pack for a cruise, I would say everyone universally on most cruises is going to need a pair of sandals or flip-flops, a pair of closed-toed sneakers for active things that you might be doing whether on shore or on the ship, and some dressy shoes for dinner and formal nights. That goes for men, women, and children. So you can add to that list, but those are the basics. Okay, let's get to the fun stuff. It is time for your port days. Let's talk about those beach essentials, but also the pool essentials that you might use when you're chilling out on the cruise ship. A lot of people like to pack towel clips or towel bands to hold their towels in place when things get breezy at the beach or on the deck of your cruise ship, because when a cruise ship is underway, it gets really windy. You might also want a waterproof wet bag for beach days, a bag that you can put your wet swimsuit in after swimming that you can put into your backpack or day bag or whatever for transporting back to the ship that will not leak. Pop that into your beach bag or your day bag that you choose, and don't worry about it leaking. Another thing that I always regret when I don't pack it, I really kick myself when I forget this next item, is a waterproof neck wallet Waterproof neck wallets are fantastic for beach days because they allow you to step away from your beach chair and go for a swim, all while everything is tucked into a nice little waterproof wallet. Of course, you're also going to want to pack some sunglasses to protect your eyes no matter where you're cruising. I can't think of a single destination where I would say, don't pack sunglasses. You always need sunglasses. You probably also always need some kind of a hat, whether it's a baseball cap, which usually does the trick, or some kind of a sun hat. Whatever type of hat you're going to wear and reach for is a good idea. Also, don't forget a beach bag. Now, you could reuse that bag we talked about earlier. You could reuse this backpack, or you could go with something a little bit more fancy and beachy if you'd like to, that fits lots of towels. It's up to you. Another awesome thing that I love to pack for the beach is some baby powder. Baby powder can be used to get sand off of your feet before you put your shoes back on, go get in your taxi cab to head back to your cruise ship if you're doing like a beach club, and it is an awesome little cruise hack. And lastly, consider packing water shoes or water socks if you are cruising during a very hot weather month. I made the huge mistake of trying to go to Atlantis, the water park in the Bahamas, and cruise around the entire water park for the day without water shoes, and my feet were burning. Get yourself some water shoes or water socks if you're cruising during the hottest months of the year, or if your feet are sensitive to coral reefs and things like that. That, my friends, is our list of 50 essentials. I am sure that there are things that you don't need to pack with you, and I'm sure that there are things that I forgot. Why don't you tell me down in the comments if there's anything you think I forgot on this list, and if you have any cruise packing questions or you need any special links for items, don't hesitate to let me know. Be sure to check out all of our resources listed in the description and the top of the comments in this video, because there's some awesome and totally free packing lists for you. Happy cruise planning, happy cruise packing, and until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.